A brief note to our blind viewers. You can check out the description for this video on the pinned comment down below. Do blind people think the same series? Episode 1. Is it better to be born blind or to lose one sight later? Let's hear what our participants have to say. In 3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is Chrissy.
Jeffrey,
Grace,
Serena,
Caroline,
Joyce,
Mike.
Gerard,
Visually impaired ako since 2012.
since birth.
since birth.
For like 15, 16 years now.
Since birth.
Since birth.
Since birth.
2010.
since birth.
Already inborn visually impaired.
Which do I prefer? Inborn nga ba na blind or sighted muna before losing sight? I'd say the latter kasi yun talaga na experience ko and mas helpful kasi sa akin na sighted muna before losing sight.
I get to have a better idea about life, about how the world will look like.
It's really different when you have visual concepts on things. Ibang-iba talaga siya.
How the trees would look like, how the buildings would look like, how vehicles and motorcycles would look like. I would also have better idea on how humans or people would really visually look like. You know, how their facial reactions would look like, their facial features.
Para sa akin, mas pipiliin ko na lang na maging blind na ako since birth. Kasi nakikita ko yung effect, hindi lang sa sarili, kundi effect na din sa family, sa mga taong nakapaligid. Kung makakakita ka muna, tapos magiging blind.
At least, since birth, kasama ko na kung ano man ang hamon na ibinigay sa atin ng may kapal, hindi na ako nahirapan masyado sa pag-adjust. Kumbaga, kaakibat na ng aking kabataan, ng aking paglago bilang isang tao, ang pagiging bulag.
It's easy to deal with the society like what I am now, and rather than to be sighted before magiging visually impaired, for me, pag nangyari po kasi yun, marami pong mga adjustments na kailangan harapin.
This way, congenitally blind.
Dahil naniniwala ako na I can still manage to succeed in life. At sa maraming taon ko sa mundo na to, yun naman yung nangyayari sa akin, no? Kahit na wala yung eyesight ko. And most of all, I can still be able to see the world because of all the people around me who really support me at kung saan sila rin mismo yung nagpapakita ng mundo.
Yung makakita ka muna bago ka dumating sa punto ng pagkabulag.
Kasi nung sighted pa ako, naranasan ko na makita yung iba't ibang magagandang lugar na aking napuntahan. Katulad ng Tagaytay, Baguio. Naranasan ko rin nung nag-aaral ako na pumasok ng mag-isa na wala akong kasama, ako lang mismo. Tapos nagbabiyahe ako dito sa Metro Manila ng ako lang.
Kasi ako pinanganak akong low vision, no? So pagdilat ko pa lang, ganito na nakikita ko. And ang dami kong curiosity pagdating ng mga ganitong age na actually pagdating ko ng 10 or 15 years old. Ang dami kong curiosity na sa mga bagay na hindi ko na nakita, hindi na kaya makita ng paningin ko. But siguro kung nakakita ako noon, no, palagay ko at least meron akong alam, no, na pagdating sa pagkabulag ko, alam ko na kung ano yung mga bagay na yan. Alam ko na itsura, yung texture, yung anyo ng bagay na yan, no.
In my case po kasi, blessed ako na nagkameron ako ng husband. Meron po akong 2 babies. Napaka-blessed ko kasi kahit pa paano, I got to see them. Sarap-sarap sa pakiramdam. Nakikita ko yung mga nangyayari sa paligid ko, yung mga importanteng tao sa buhay ko. Nakikita ko sila.
Is what keeps me going. It certainly is beyond my physical sight. It's none other than my vision. The reason that drives me to strive, to improve, and grow.
There you have it. How about you guys? To be born blind or to lose your sight later? Which do you think is better? Let us know in the comments. A huge thanks to the 10 lovely people who agreed to lend their time and voices for this episode. Like and share if you have enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And do watch out for the second episode of this series, which is coming out on the second Friday of July. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Podcast. All relevant links will be down in the description box as always. And that's it for this episode. Till next time! Do blind people think the same? Let's find out together. Only here on VVAL.